Okay, welcome to Bad Things Well Said Icelandic Newsroom.
We read yesterday's news so you don't have to.
Exactly. If you need that mandatory reading list to, sound intelligently cynical, but you just don't have the time, well, you're in the right place.
We wade through the political theater, the bureaucratic messes, and the general chaos.
So you don't have to.
Yeah.
And you can still hold your own at the water cooler.
Right. So today we've got quite the spread. Political stagnation that looks suspiciously like unity.
Oh, yeah.
A children's welfare crisis getting held up by, well, road paving fees.
You can't make this stuff up.
And then there's the Eurovision Song Contest turning into a full-blown geopolitical minefield.
Sounds about right for the current state of things.
Hey.
Before we dive in, though, if you are actually enjoying this service we provide.
Our unique brand of misery distillation.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yes. Please do hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. It helps other people avoid reading the news, too.
Very true. Okay, let's start with the political stage, the Viren Party, the Reform Party.
Reform, yes. Famous for its lack of reform.
Well, judging by their national congress, you might say that. It was a masterclass in conformity.
The numbers were, frankly, a bit scary. Horgeray, Katrin Gunner's daughter, re-elected leader with, what was it?
98.8% of the vote.
98.8%.
And her deputies weren't far behind, 99.3% and 99.2%. I mean...
That's not democracy. That's Soviet Politburo stuff. It screams, no dissent allowed.
Pretty much. It suggests the death of any real internal debate, doesn't it? Unity achieved by maybe just silencing any other ideas.
Or maybe just apathy. Who knows?
Yeah.
So much for reform. Sounds more like reaffirm the status quo.
It really does raise questions about the political health of the party. You know, genuine reform needs debate, needs friction. This level of consensus is, well, it's suspicious.
And speaking of friction, there was one person trying to stir things up, right? John Noor.
Ah, yes, the former comedian mayor. Always good for a bit of brutal honesty.
What did he try to do?
He actually proposed they change the party name to Violision for Icelandic Demokratar, Reform Liberal Democrats.
Okay, trying to inject some actual ideology.
Exactly. And he apparently told them straight up that Viðreis is one of the 3 worst party names in Iceland.
Huh. Who are the others, did he say?
He put the left greens in that category too, apparently, which, in Icelandic politics, that's quite the dig.
So then your branding is clear as mud, basically.
Pretty much. So he tried to give them some clarity, some direction.
And how did that go over, let me guess?
Defeated by an overwhelming majority, according to the sources.
Of course.
They just doubled down on the comfortable vagueness. Why pick a side when you can just be reform, keep everyone guessing?
Ambiguity is a political strategy. Classic. Well, speaking of delivering nothing, or rather delivering delays, let's talk about the children's welfare situation.
Right. This is genuinely grim. We're talking about vital social infrastructure just stuck.
And stuck over something ridiculous, I gather.
Unbelievably so. The planned treatment home in Garibær agreed back in 2015.
So 15, that's almost a decade ago.
Exactly. And it's still stalled. Why? A dispute over road construction fees.
Road fees? How much are we talking? Billions?
No. 50 to 80 million ISK.
50 to 80 million. That's...
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing in terms of a government project.
It's literally rounding error territory in infrastructure budgets. And for this, treatment home for vulnerable kids?
It's bureaucratic cruelty, isn't it? Just paralysis because nobody wants to tick a box on who pays for some tarmac.
It seems like it. Pure inertia, protecting budgets over, actual human need. And it's not the only example.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. What else?
Well, the long-term care place for boys in Gunnerholt, remember, that was replacing one closed due to mold.
Right.
That's now pushed back to the end of the year. They found asbestos during the renovations.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Mold, now asbestos? It's cursed.
It really feels like it. If it's not one thing, it's another structural nightmare from the past.
And meanwhile, the minister, Guðmundur Ingi Kristensen, is saying, every day matters.
Uh-huh. The rhetoric is all urgency, all we care deeply.
But the reality is years of delays over pocket change and now asbestos. The disconnect is just staggering.
It's the classic government move, isn't it? Acknowledge the problem loudly while being utterly incapable of actually fixing it because the system itself is the blockage.
Like wading through treacle.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't enough administrative brilliance, there's the education reform plan, the nail soup reform.
Yes. A policy metaphor for the ages. The education minister's big plan for secondary schools. New regional offices, structural changes.
Sounds impressive on paper, I bet.
Until you hear who designed it. Apparently it was cooked up entirely by economists and lawyers.
Not educators, people who actually work in schools.
Seemingly not involved in the core design. So you have finance and legal minds redesigning education without input from, teachers or headmaster.
Right. And the headmaster at Borger Holt Scully had a few thoughts on this.
He did indeed. He compared it to being invited to this grand feast, this big reform announcement.
Yeah.
And then looking down to find just a bowl of nail soup.
Nail soup. Perfect. All presentation, no substance.
Exactly. A fancy administrative structure, a nice bowl, but completely empty of any actual educational value or nourishment. Policy designed by bureaucrats for bureaucrats.
Okay, so from domestic administrative triumphs, let's pivot to the global stage of absurdity, Eurovision.
Oh, boy. Yeah, the EBU, the European Broadcasting Union, they're calling it a historic crisis.
Because of Israel's participation, right? Amidst everything going on.
Precisely. And that crisis just got a whole lot spicier this week.
With the Palestine recognition move.
Exactly. The UK, Canada, Australia, boom, 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 all formally recognizing the state of Palestine. That's a huge diplomatic signal.
And it ramps up the pressure everywhere, including places like Eurovision that try so hard to be apolitical.
They try, but it's impossible now, isn't it? Eurovision is caught right in the crossfire. Austria, who's hosting next, is already begging people not to boycott, saying it deepens divisions.
Good luck with that argument. It feels a bit naive at this point.
It does, because the moral stakes feel too high for many. And Iceland, well, Rufe has made its position pretty clear.
What do they say?
They stated it's extremely unlikely Iceland will participate if Israel is included.
Wow. Okay. So taking a firm stand.
Seems so. It shows even cultural events aren't escaping this. Eurovision's become, like you said, a geopolitical stage.
A very sparkly, brightly lit diplomatic battlefield. And speaking of battles, let's talk about the weekend chaos here in Reykjavik.
Yeah, if the world stage is tense, the local scene was just wild. The capital region police had, 156 cases Saturday night into Sunday morning?
156 for Reykjavik. That's a lot.
It resulted in all police holding cells being completely full.
The drunk tank was the hottest spot in town.
Basically, yeah. They log 8 DUIs. Police mentioned this general aura over people, just heavy intoxication everywhere.
Sounds like a collective need to blow off steam, maybe. Or just chaos.
Maybe both. But the highlight, the cinematic peak, has to be the machete man.
Ah, yes. The ghost of Kopavogor. Tell me about this again.
Just before midnight, police chasing a guy literally wielding a svija, a machete, through suburban Kopavogor.
You picture this dramatic chase, lights flashing.
Right. But the punchline...
He got away.
Vanished. Just melted into the night. A guy with a machete, gone. While the police presumably had 155 other things to deal with.
Incredible. Only in Iceland. Okay, speaking of things vanishing, let's talk about vanishing airline perks.
The timing on this one is just chef's kiss. Pure corporate genius.
What's happening?
Okay, so picture this. Major European airports, Heathrow included, are paralyzed by cyber attacks. Check-in systems down, baggage chaos, travel hell. For 2 days straight.
Right, I saw that. Absolute nightmare for travelers. Especially premium ones stuck in the mess.
Exactly. So premium travelers are enduring this IT meltdown. And what timely announcement does Icelandair make amidst this chaos?
Oh, no, don't tell me.
Effective April 1st, 2025, Saga premium tickets will no longer include access to international airport lounges.
You're kidding me. They're cutting lounge access now.
Precisely when you'd most desperately want refuge from the airport apocalypse. They're pulling the plug on the refuge.
That is spectacularly bad timing. Or maybe perfectly calculated penny pinching.
It feels like the latter, doesn't it? Let's save a few krona by kicking our highest-paying customers when they're already down.
The Saga Premium basically becomes Saga Basic with a bit more legroom. Enjoy the chaos, but with slightly more knee space.
Pretty much. No escape hatch for you, weary premium traveler. Just sit there and endure the system failure. It's quite the message.
Wow. Okay, after all that madness, political, social, corporate,
Yeah.
what does the actual weather look like for today, Monday? The autumnal equinox, no less?
Well, fittingly, it's a bit mixed. Southerly or variable wind, pretty light mostly, 3 to 10 meters per second. Some light rain or drizzle around.
Okay.
It should clear up in the north and east, though. Temps are 5 to 13 degrees Celsius, so cool side of mild.
Anything to watch out for?
Yeah, in the west, that southeasterly wind is expected to pick up quite a bit this evening, so could get blustery there later on.
Right. So, to recap, our political parties are models of silent agreement. Vital services for kids are held up by paving disputes. Eurovision is a diplomatic war zone, machete men roam free, and if you fly premium, well, tough luck on finding peace.
You've nailed it. Just another Monday built on the weekend's collection of bad things, hopefully well said by us.
Indeed. And that just about wraps up our news processing service for today. If we did manage to save you some time and sanity, please do us a favor, hit subscribe, give us that thumbs up.
It helps us keep the lights on and the sarcasm flowing. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll be back tomorrow with whatever fresh hell the news cycle delivers.
The voices in this podcast were generated by AI. However, all information, facts, claims, concepts, and the script itself were prepared, editorially reviewed, and are the original work of a human author.